A homeless man bound himself and his dog together before he died, wanting the dog to accompany him in death. The dog, chained to the man, had not eaten for several days and was unable to drink water despite being near a river. It cried out for help, but there was no one around. As the severely dehydrated dog lay dying, it remembered its owner and the unfulfilled promise they had made. Turns out the dog wasn't a stray. The dog's name was Bella, and when it was born, its mother was taken away by animal control. Bella was raised by a mother cat in an abandoned building. A kind young man would often come to feed them, and after seeing his kindness, Bella decided to leave with him, choosing him as its lifelong owner. The young man, named Lucas, treated Bella well. They played together, and every night, Lucas would give Bella a small piece of cheese, their little secret game. When Lucas went to work, Bella would accompany his mother on walks. Bella loved to chase squirrels on the street, and its presence brought joy to the family. Lucas's mother also took Bella to a veterans rehabilitation center, where everyone there loved it because of its lively and well-behaved nature, which helped to cure their loneliness. Unfortunately, their happiness did not last. As a large dog, Bella was deemed a dangerous pit bull by local authorities, and according to city regulations, was banned from being walked on the streets. To prevent Bella from being taken away, Lucas trained it to play a game where no matter where they were, if he said, "Go home," Bella would run back home no matter what. However, one day, Bella ran out to catch a squirrel and encountered the police. When Lucas said, "Go home," Bella did not leave because it was worried the police would cause trouble for Lucas and decided to stay and protect him. As a result, Bella was taken away. Fortunately, Lucas quickly paid the fine and brought Bella back, but the staff told him that if Bella was caught again, it would be euthanized. To protect Bella, Lucas decided to move so that it would not be subject to local regulations. Before that, he needed to send Bella to a friend's house 400 kilometers away. Not understanding human rules, Bella only knew that it had left Lucas, missing its owner. Bella made a bold decision to go back home, to be with Lucas. Using a slide to climb over the courtyard wall, Bella ran through endless fields, determined to reach the home 400 kilometers away. At this time, Bella does not know Lucas is on the way to pick it up. A person and a dog in the country road rubbing shoulders. Since then, Bella also embarked on a 2-year-long long way home. One day while foraging in the jungle, Bella heard a gunshot. It turned out that a hunter had killed a mountain lion. Just as Bella was about to leave, it heard a kitten's meow. Turning its head, it saw a small mountain lion whose mother had been killed by the hunter. Unable to abandon the little one, Bella decided to adopt it, becoming the kitten's new mother. To feed the little mountain lion, Bella risked her life every day to steal food from humans, whether it was roasted meat or fish. It used all of it to raise the little mountain lion. With Bella's hard work, the little mountain lion grew up day by day and eventually learned to fish to repay the dog mother's kindness. Unfortunately, their peaceful days did not last long as they were soon targeted by a pack of evil wolves. Despite Bella running away with the little mountain lion, they were still caught up by the wolves and forced to the riverside with no escape. To protect her godson, Bella desperately howled at the wolf pack, trying to scare them away. However, the wolves, emboldened by their numbers, continued to pursue them. Just as Bella was about to be killed by the wolves, a group of humans suddenly appeared and the wolves fled. The little mountain lion, who had never seen humans before, was also scared away, but Bella did not leave. It wanted to get some food from the humans to feed its godson. That night, Bella and the little mountain lion feasted on the humans' food. The next morning, a heavy snowfall began in the forest. The little mountain lion was excited to see snow for the first time, and they played and cuddled in the snow to keep warm. However, happy times are always short-lived. One day, Bella heard a dog barking and was excited. It was the first time it had seen another dog since being in the forest. Bella immediately responded to the barking and ran towards the dog. But their meeting accidentally triggered an avalanche, and the dog's owner was buried in the snow. Bella immediately rushed over to help, and the two dogs frantically dug through the snow. Fortunately, 2 skiers saw the scene and helped rescue the dog's owner. They also called for help, but the rescue team did not take the dog with them. The two kind-hearted people could only temporarily take care of the dog, mistaking Bella as the man's dog as well. Although Bella was reluctant to leave its godson, it was forced to go. When leaving, Bella kept looking back, but the man did not understand what it meant. The two men loved them so much that they would drive Bella out for a drive and prepare delicious food for them. And this was the first time since wandering that Bella felt at home again. Unfortunately, good times are always short-lived. The man who was caught in the avalanche was discharged from the hospital, and they had to return his dog. But when they took Bella and the dog to find the owner, they were met with verbal abuse from the dog's owner. He said he couldn't take care of the dog and wanted them to leave. At this time, the dog had not realized it had been abandoned and had been caring for the man by his bedside until the men took it away. The men took the dog back and finally adopted it. The dog now had a true home. If Bella wanted, it could have stayed, but it chose to leave because it wanted to find her own owner and return to her own home. After leaving, Bella resumed its nomadic life. It walked through deep and remote forests and wandered the deserted streets of small towns. One day, when Bella was starving, it suddenly smelled the aroma of roasted chicken. It excitedly rushed into the supermarket, and just as it grabbed the roasted chicken from the shelf, the staff found her. Bella staged a fast-paced escape in the supermarket. In the end, it successfully took the roasted chicken and left everything that fell on the ground to the dog. As it is an ancient rule, while enjoying the roasted chicken, Bella met a kind-hearted homeless man who took it in. Bella was never hungry by his side, but it lost her freedom. They huddled together for warmth, one person and one dog. Unfortunately, the homeless man did not survive the harsh winter and left this world forever. Bella was unable to leave because it was tied up with an iron chain. With no food around and the river nearby, Bella was unable to approach it. At that moment, it seemed to have been abandoned by the whole world. Desperate to get close to the river, but unable to do so, Bella lay on the ground barely breathing. Perhaps by God's grace, two boys found Bella trapped and rescued it. Bella finally regained her freedom. The journey home was even more difficult than it imagined. The lack of food was only the most basic challenge. More importantly, Bella had to face the threat of wolf packs at any time. One day, it was discovered by a pack of wolves. The wolves surrounded Bella and it tried to escape, but was caught up by them. The wolves got closer and closer, rushing to bite Bella. Soon, it was covered in gruesome wounds. Just as Bella was on the brink of death, a roar of a mountain lion was heard. It was the little mountain lion it had raised, and it came to save Bella. The mountain lion drove away the wolf pack. At this moment, it had grown into the king of the forest. With the protection of her godson, Bella reached the pinnacle of her life as a dog, but it was not happy because it was always thinking about her owner. The mountain lion escorted Bella all the way back to the human city. As they parted, they were reluctant to say goodbye, but the mountain lion belonged in the jungle, while Bella would eventually return to her own home, the city it had been away from for so long. At first, Bella was a bit lost. The passing vehicles frightened it, but it bravely crossed the road because the thought of returning home gave it the strength to move forward. Unfortunately, crossing the road was a dangerous act, and Bella was hit by a car. It limped on one leg, but it stood up firmly. Bella hobbled and ran, and the surrounding houses and buildings gradually became familiar. It seemed to have returned to her own home in her memory, but when it burst into the door, it was greeted by everything that was completely unfamiliar furniture and strangers. There was no smell that it had been longing for. Lucas had moved away. Bella had crossed 400 kilometers with all her might, but now it could no longer move. It collapsed on the ground, feeling like its heart had fallen to the bottom of the valley. Just then, a cat's meow awakened its familiar memory. It was her cat mother. At that moment, Bella seemed to have been awakened to hope again. It limped onto the street and ran towards another important place in its memory, the Veteran Rehabilitation Center where Lucas worked. Here, it had met a great group of friends. Bella root through the gate, followed its memory to the yard, and saw her familiar people again. Everyone looked at Bella in disbelief. They never thought that Bella, who had been missing for more than 2 years, would reappear. Finally, Bella saw its beloved Lucas here. They ran towards each other and hugged tightly. Bella's appearance made everyone very excited, but soon an unexpected guest broke their reunion joy. The police came. They wanted to take Bella away by force. But at this point, Bella was no longer a stray dog. It had a home and a group of family members standing firmly behind it. Faced with the threat of the police, they were fearless. However, according to local city management regulations, the police had the right to take Bella away, but this was a veteran rehabilitation center under federal jurisdiction, which meant that Bella was not subject to local management regulations here. The police captain finally agreed to let it go. He was willing to make an exception for this strong and brave dog. Bella finally returned to Lucas' side again. They had been separated for 2 years, but this did not affect their feelings for each other at all. When Lucas picked up a small piece of cheese again, Bella excitedly barked, indicating that it still remembered their cheese game. Dogs are always the most loyal animals in the world. In their world, there is no abandonment. Even if you accidentally lose them, it is just a game about going home in their eyes, and smart dogs always find a way home because once they choose someone, it is a lifetime commitment.